Greetings, YouTube. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the channel. We have several things to talk about today. It's always an eventful news day. For some reason, Tuesdays just seem like they're becoming more and more from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. Days to not just talk about the news, but talk about the future of the game. So we have this forum post. It says Forum Guardians Program 2023 Update, Early Access, Private Discord, Beta Server, and more. And it says, greetings, summoners of the forums. Today we're announcing updates to the Community Guardians Program that will make the program more valuable to our Guardians and forum users alike. Starting later this week, Forum Guardians will be given access to exciting perks that we believe will empower them to help their fellow summoners on their journeys through the Battle Realm, helping them better understand new content, champions, and more. These perks will include the following: early previews of new content and announcements, exclusive access to a private Discord channel for content creators and Guardians, access to the private content creator beta server, early preview access to new champions, ad hoc special presentations with developers. Some of you may recognize these as perks of the Content Creator Program. Content creators do the same thing as many of our forum users, educating their fellow summoners and bringing the community together. Not everybody can be a content creator, so we wanted to open a secondary path for those who make the forums a better place. Now, I'm a little skeptical of what it means to say who make the forums a better place. Does that mean, in the eyes of Kabam, the people that post the least amount of critical comments, who've never been banned? I mean, I know really great players who care about this game and honestly don't have a vendetta against Kabam in their hearts, and they've still been shadow banned from the forums because they're posting a comment about input issues or bugs that Kabam sees as not helpful. Now, obviously, there are extremes to everything. There are people who complain every day about things and use profanity and do things that are against the forum rules that, yes, are, I guess, in violation of the terms of service and thus justified in not being a quote-unquote forum poster to make it better. Community Guardians, though, I kind of remember, this is like a random tangent, but in the 5th grade, my intermediate school came out with this idea that instead of using teachers as like recess supervisors, they would use monitors, and students could be handpicked by their teachers to spend recess instead of playing, like walking around and making sure kids weren't beating each other up. And as you can imagine, it was a terrible idea. Like, the kids aren't going to stop fighting because somebody says, "Stop doing it. You're breaking the school rules." Oh no. They're fighting. They're going to fight. And so eventually they had to get rid of the program after like less than, I think, 6 months because it was like a good idea on paper, but a bad idea in reality. I say that to say this seems like you could sit down with the Kabam heads and say, let's make the forums less toxic. Let's incentivize people to be guardians. It kind of reminds me of like blue check marks on Twitter where people have wars over like, you're paying for Twitter. Well, in the same way, if you're a guardian, are people going to look at guardians and be like, are you just a suck up to Kabam that no longer can say anything? And I ask that because what happens if you get approved as a guardian, but then you post something on the forums that Kabam doesn't like? Do you get your guardian privileges removed? I've always said, and you know, in fairness, like people like Legacy, who I actually do view as a friend, he's done a good job of trying to be balanced and critical against Kabam, even though he has access to the Content Creator Program. But I think, you know, I say this hypothetically. Hypothetically, if someone is giving you some kind of perk, some kind of incentive to be loyal to a program, psychologically, it's just there's a reason there to maybe not criticize that there wouldn't be if there wasn't an affiliation with them. I'm not saying that those people still can't criticize, but there's an extra step of caution that's just psychologically built into the perk. In the same way, I think they're trying to make the forums less toxic. I'm not saying that that's a bad goal, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you shouldn't want forums to be toxic. But I've also noticed that people are getting banned more than ever for things that don't seem to be that toxic. So these community guardians, regular members contests, not paid Kabam employers or contractors. Oh, by the way, we're not paying you. They volunteer their time to assist players in the forums with their experience and knowledge. Guardians serve as guides of our community. What do Guardians do? Guardians receive a title on the forum to identify them as members. Again, I can see people seeing that title and making it into a negative thing. It's the hall monitor analogy, right? I don't see people be like, oh, they're a Guardian? Thank God they're here. How do I become a Guardian? In-game account with good standing. Have a single forum account that's been active for at least 6 months. Be proficient in reading and writing in English. Have a Discord account, I guess is a big one. There are only 6 spots available for new Guardians. Is Grounded Wisdom hiring those people? Inactive Guardians will be replaced and lose access to the above perks, but will also be eligible to apply again. Well, there you go. By the way, if you're not accepted, apply again in 3 months. That's kind of a long time. I don't know. I can't wait to see what people think of this. I'm kind of all over the place on it. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good day.